We are live. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Let us quickly get started with the business session for today. First up, okay, we don't have the vice president education, so we have all the roles for the next week are open. Interested members can kindly contact the VP Education Toastmaster Ankita to kindly book your slots if you're interested. Please do, because the next week is going to be a very big meeting because we are finally going back to Mekon Communication Club to hold our Mekon meetings. So big thanks to Sandeep and also the management for helping us and arranging all the things that we can do so that we can conduct our meetings there. Can we have a huge round of applause for all of them? Yes. Now, for the past several weeks, I've been announcing that at the end of the meeting, I've been announcing to everybody to kindly, take 2 minutes of their time to go to the base camp and give feedback to the members. So henceforward, with all the meetings to come today, I request all the members to kindly open another tab right now to the base camp feedback. And as and when you feel a speaker or an evaluator or a role taker is giving his best presentation, you can kindly log into his profile and give the feedback. That's about it. That's all for the business session. Now the sergeant can take over.
Am I audible and visible? There is an invisible hand in the working in order to make lives beautiful, said the very famous American activist, Brian McGill. A very good evening to fellow Toastmasters and esteemed guests. I'm sure most of us have come across Adam Smith's concept of invisible hand in our economic classes, where he talks about a natural force being present which regulates the market dynamics. For example, if you buy a cup of coffee and think of having the same with some biscuits, your decision of purchasing biscuits along with coffee makes the life of the seller better because of the profit and also the production market which distributes the goods better. But what I feel is the concept of invisible hand is beyond its economic or transactional advantage. If you come to deduce the statement of Adam Smith's definition of invisible hand, he simply means that your work is whatever you do is fruitful in the lives of others. I can quote it with a very simple everyday example where you clean your wardrobe and you decide to give away your used clothes to your domestic helps children. Your act of decluttering your wardrobe and also if it is helpful for another person, you're indirectly helping him. It is such a wonderful concept where you segregate waste into wet and dry. You are, and the conscious decision of you making where you reduce the usage of plastic is in a way helping the country to be cleaner, and also you are helping in controlling global warming. Over here, you're being an invisible hand with your negligible contribution. So what I request, my dear Toastmasters, is be that invisible hand, not just in market dynamics as rightly suggested by Adam Smith, but also in every aspect of life. On that note, I'd like to introduce a member of Toastmasters who has been an invisible hand by introducing the whole concept of recording the meetings, which escalated to new heights because every person wants to revisit the video to see where they could be improving. The BCom honors graduate from Jain University, an aspiring chartered accountant, the former VPPR, VPM, VPE, and the current president of Mekon, Toastmaster Sai Snehal. Over to you, President.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sanjana, for that lovely introduction. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I see we have a couple of guests here today and also a former member. I would like to request each and every guest to kindly introduce about yourself and how you got to know about this club, starting with guest Shweta.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. It's been long that I've come here. It's about a year almost, right? So congratulations on your presidentship. And I have been associated with Toastmasters for the last 10 to 13 years, if I'm not wrong. It's been an on and off journey. Looking forward to join the club, considering you are going back to Mekon. I think that's such a good news. I think the time was very auspicious when I logged in. Looking forward to probably meeting all of you in person, because I've missed these meetings truly. So I'm back, hoping to be back on the journey very soon. So thank you, and over to you, Mr. President.
Thank you, and we are definitely hoping you join us back. Welcome to our club. Next, Vinnu.
Yeah, hello, sir. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, sir.
So, can you please tell us about yourself and how you got to know about this club?
Myself, I'm Vinu Satish. Then a postgraduate in biotechnology, and then clinical research. I have got a diploma in clinical research. I worked in Jubilant Cleanses for 1.5 years. Then I prepared for civil service, and then I cleared the 2011 case batch. And then since then I've been preparing for the competitive exams, civil service, UPSC and KPSC, been writing for past 10 years. Then I'm also certificate. I hold a certification in career counseling, and that's it. I am in at the Lions Club as a joint secretary, Uttarali branch. Yes, sir.
Your dedication is commendable. Welcome to our club, ma'am. Next, can we have the guest Sanket?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Sanket Balaji, and I am from Transcend Toastmasters Club 2. I was introduced to Mekon Club by one of your Toastmaster, Balaji sir. Yeah, and waiting for some nice surprise hidden around.
Yeah. Thank you. Welcome to our club. Next, can we have Kirtana?
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Kirtana from Transcend Toastmasters Club 2, and I'm here because my friend Sanket is giving his speech today. Glad to be here. Thank you.
Good one. Welcome to our club. I think that's all for the guest. Now, can the Secretary Toastmaster Ujjwal please read out the minutes of the previous meeting 1130?
A very happy evening to all the fellow Toastmasters and my dear guests. Minutes of the meeting number 1130, online meeting held on 4th October 2021. Theme: in a gentle way, you can shake the world. Word of the week: impaired. The business sessions started at 6:17 p.m. and was chaired by our President Toastmaster Sai Snehal. In the business session, the following points were discussed. Vice President Education Toastmaster Ankita informed that table topic master has been booked by Toastmaster Spurti, and one speech slot has been booked by our guest speaker Toastmaster Neha Mittal, and all other roles are open. We have achieved 85% of the membership renewals. President Toastmasters Sai Snehal thanked all the members and Vice President membership Toastmasters Spurti for our efforts. President Toastmasters Sai Snehal acknowledged the quarterly newsletter which was released last week and thanked the Vice President Public Relations Toastmaster Gaurav for his great efforts. The regular meetings started at 6:19 p.m. Sergeant at Arms Toastmaster Sanjana started the meeting with an introduction about the theme and later handed over the charge to the President Toastmaster Sai Snehal. President Toastmaster Sai Snehal opened the meeting, spoke on the theme, and introduced the Master of Ceremonies for the day, DTM Subramaniam. Master of Ceremonies DTM Subramaniam spoke on the theme and introduced the following role takers for the day. Timer was Toastmaster Kunal, Accounter Toastmaster Rashmi, Grammarian Toastmaster Ujjwal, and the PP Evaluator was Toastmaster Sanjana. The prepared speech session had the following speeches. First speaker was Toastmaster Prakash, attempting level 2 project 3, and the evaluator was Toastmaster Spurti. Speaker 2 was Toastmaster Balaji, attempting level 4 project 1, and the evaluator was Toastmaster Bhavani. The table topic session was conducted by DTM Udanka. The following were the speakers: Toastmaster Vijay Upendra, Toastmaster Ujjwal, DTM A.K. Prabhakara, Toastmaster Rashmi, Toastmaster Kunal, and Toastmaster Sai Snehal. The general evaluation session was conducted by Toastmaster Gaurav. The winners of the week were Best Prepared Speaker Toastmaster Balaji AS, Best Evaluator Toastmaster Spurti and Toastmaster Bhavani, Best Table Topic Speaker Toastmaster Sai Snehal, Best Role Taker for Tab G was Toastmaster Kunal, and Best Role Taker for MTG was DTM Subramaniam. The President closed the meeting at 8:19 p.m. Thank you, and over to you, President.
Thank you, Secretary. Are there any amendments to the MOM? If not, I shall consider that as accepted, and I open meeting number 1131. The invisible hand. This was first used by Adam Smith in the theory of moral sentiments. The invisible hand is an economic concept for the unseen forces that move the free market economy through self-interest and freedom. The freedom of production and the freedom of consumption, with the best interest of the society as a whole, are fulfilled. Technical, let me break it down for you with an example. Imagine we all go to a car showroom to buy a car. We then pick and choose a car we want and then place an order. Now, when the manufacturer receives this order, he notices a sudden spike in the number of orders. And in order to meet the demand, he hires more employees to produce more cars. And with each demand surpassing the previous order, he hires more and more. With this, he expands, hires, and this in whole benefits the employees since they are paid more and the cycle continues again. This is called the invisible hand and also referred to as the hand of God in the economic reference. Your choice of buying car boosting the economy and the well-being of the country. Now let me further break it down by removing the economy and getting to the personal level. We all live in a free world with a choice to do what we want to do, a choice where you're happy, and a choice where you're responsible for the consequence, and a choice to live with a purpose. In this era that we are in, and the kind of options that we have, we are often spoiled with the option of choice. I want one of you to tell me how, if you had to choose between two options that you have, how would you do it? Anyone? Okay, no one.
Yeah, by seeing the advantages and disadvantages between the two options.
Thank you, Shashikant. Now that is an option where you see it comparing the features, or like Shashikant said, advantages and disadvantages. What if there is an option wherein you don't have a choice, wherein you cannot choose based on its advantage, disadvantage, or its features? For example, I chose to wear this white shirt today. I could have probably worn a blue. I cannot compare it because one is blue and one is white. It is simply the choice that we make. In comparison, everything cannot be chosen on the basis of the features it has. Sometimes we make our choices based on the voice that we hear from the inside and act accordingly. This inner voice can also be referred to as the invisible hand, helping you to make the choice you need to make. During the lockdown, we were in a situation where we couldn't go out to get our necessities. But in order to get going, we resorted to the online service providers and with an option to get them delivered using the contactless delivery. And if you thought the delivery executives were the invisible hands, no, you were the one helping and placing the order and helping them get through another day. Even if it helps one person, it's worth doing. Let us all join our hands together to make an impact to the lives we don't see, to the economy we strive for, and to the kind world we all belong to. With that, let me call upon the Master of Ceremonies for the day, who's like an helping hand for us throughout the term on various aspects. She's an MBA graduate from BMS and aspiring to be a chartered accountant. She is extremely active in many NGOs and has also been recognized for her contribution towards the society. Some of her contributions, such as being a COVID volunteer, scribe for visually aided, and many more on the list. She's a charter president of BMS MBA Toastmasters Club and has also mentored several college club members and is currently serving as the Area C2 director and a very new member of our club. And here, taking up the role of Master of Ceremonies for the first time. Please welcome the Master of Ceremonies for the day, Toastmaster Bhavani, with a huge round of applause.
Good evening, Toastmasters and your guests. How have jumped the second by that? Let me see your raise of hands.
Can you repeat the question? It was not audible.
Am I audible? Okay, sorry. Apologies for the same. And here's the first question. How many of you have jumped the red signal while riding or driving? Let me see your raise of hands. Okay, that's quite some. How many of you have faced a situation wherein you want to eat both the dishes, but you can choose only one, yet you like the other one? Okay. So during these times, have you ever felt a voice inside your mind telling that you did something wrong when you jumped the signal? Did you hear an inner voice that tell you to choose one among the dishes? That is the invisible factor which drives our lives. Does anybody know who is the father of modern economics? It was already quoted by our Sergeant at Arms in her address. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Friendly, but for that. A Scottish economist, a philosopher, and author is Adam Smith, who is also the father of modern economics. He introduced the concept of the invisible hand in his book named The Theory of Moral Sentiments, and later an inquiry into the nature and causes for the wealth of nations. We all know that the economy runs on demand and supply. Ever wondered who controls them? There is no body or a person who powers them. Here, the metaphor for the unseen forces come into the picture, the invisible hand. Likewise, the constant interplay of our voice and our mind's voice help us to make decisions at tough times. This is just like any other natural movement which happens. Just to bring the naturality in the terms of speech, Ralph C. Smedley started Toastmasters International in the year 1905 at Santa Ana, California, United States. As the director of education at the YMCA, Smedley saw a need for the men in the community to learn how to speak, conduct meetings, plan programs, and work on the communities, and he wanted to just help them. Here we can see that he was also the invisible hand between lakhs of members of Toastmasters just like us. this entire Toastmasters meeting is divided into 3 sessions. Firstly, we have the prepared speech session, wherein we have 2 wonderful speakers who will be delivering their speech. Then it is followed by the table topic session, wherein the table topic master shall test your impromptu skills. Lastly, we have the general evaluation session, wherein the general evaluator shall evaluate the entire session. Along with the G, we have 4 auxiliary role takers to help them with the report. Let me now call upon the timer, Toastmaster Shashikant, to introduce his role to this meeting.
Good evening, Toastmasters and dear guests. So, as a timer, my role is very critical here to note down the time of all the speakers and table topic speakers and individual evaluator. For table topic session, so I will raise a green. So I will change my background to green for 1 minute and yellow for 2 minutes. Sorry, yellow for 1.5 minutes and red for 2 minutes. And for prepared speech session, so for a speech is around 6 minutes. So I will be going to show the green background, virtual background for 4 minutes, yellow virtual background for 5 minutes, and red virtual background for 6 minutes. And for individual evaluation, so I will be changing my virtual background to green for 2 minutes and yellow for 2.5 minutes and red for 3 minutes. And thank you, and back to you, Master of Ceremony. Go on.
Thank you so much, timer Toastmaster Shashikant. We have our timer taking up dual role this time. He's also our accountant for the day. So back to you, Toastmaster Shashikant, to read out your role for the meeting.
Yeah. Good evening once again. So as an accountant, I will be noting down and keeping a track of the words used as the crutch words or the pause filler. So anybody during the meeting speaks as and well, but, so, like, and that will be so I will be noting down, and you can use it for this one for your better speech in the next meeting. And sounds as that will also I am going to note it down, and I will give my report at the end of the meet in the evaluation session. Thank you, and back to you, Bhavan.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shashikant, for introducing your role. Let us keep in our mind that we follow the timings and use less number of ums and in our speech today. Now, moving on to the next auxiliary role taker, we have distinguished Toastmaster M.U. Bhatt, who is taking up the role of CP Evaluator. Distinguished Toastmaster M.U. Bhatt, please do explain your role to the meeting.
Madam Toastmaster, any meeting should have its own ground rules. Toastmasters is no different, particularly for the online sessions we have signed. Please keep your mobile phones in silent mode or preferably switched off. Keep yourself muted, but keep the video on all the time during the meeting. Please refrain from talking about sex, politics, and religion. These are 3 taboo subjects in the Toastmasters. And exit and enter only when the speaker is not speaking. And please leave a message in chat box in case you have to leave in between. These are the new rules, particularly for the guests. Please follow this. With that, back to Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster M.U. Bhatt. By keeping all those guidelines in our mind, let me move upon and call the next auxiliary role taker, Toastmaster Vaishnavi, one of the other newest members in our club. Toastmaster Vaishnavi, as the grammarian, please do state your role to this meeting.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. Grammar is the essential body of any speech. So as a grammarian, I'll be making note of good usage and bad usage of words. The word of the week is soccer, meaning to help someone in need. The following example for the word goes like this. They give soccer to the victims of war. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Vaishnavi, for kindly introducing your role. Now, let us now start the first part of the meeting, which is the prepared speech session. Before calling upon the first speaker, let me call upon a fourth-year law student from the Bangalore Institute of Legal Studies, who is interested in doing theatre, learning podcasts, and working out. She is a great baker too. So if you want a batch of brownies to eat, you know who to contact. Now welcoming Toastmaster Sanjana to read out the guidelines for the.
Once again, good evening to fellow Toastmasters and esteemed guests, and also my target speaker, Toastmaster Sanket, who is attempting level 2 project 3. The purpose of this project is for the member to clearly define how Toastmaster envisions mentoring. Followed by the purpose of this speech is also for the member to share some aspect of his previous example as a protege. I wish the speaker all the very best, and back to you, MC.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sanjana. Now let me welcome the first speaker, who is an amazing cyclist, a pro-level tuber, and a passionate photographer. Toastmaster Sanket Balaji, what makes you better every time? What makes you better every time, Toastmaster Sanket Balaji?
Okay, first of all, am I heard? You could just give me a thumbs up. Cool. A very good afternoon to each and everyone, ladies and gentlemen. Let me ask you a small question before I start up. What is an invisible hand according to you? Now, according to the economic basis, people have already told. I'm asking you in a personal level. What is an invisible hand according to you? You can unmute and answer, just don't text. I don't hear anyone. Okay, okay, yeah, sir.
Yeah, actually, in the current trend, Corona is an invisible hand, which made us to sit in a home quietly. We can't see the Corona hand, but it's a invisible hand.
Sir, I was expecting a more positive vibe, but still, that is a creative vibe. Good one, sir. Good one. Okay. First of all, I'm Sanket Balaji, and I am from Transcend Toastmasters Club 2, or else, like my president would like to say, version 2.0. Okay, I believe in invisible hand is like a person or an idea which helps me out throughout my journey without my knowledge and still makes a humongous difference in my life. For me particularly, that person or that idea of it is my mentors. A mentoring is a brain to pick, an ear to listen, and a push in the right direction. Let me share a small micro mini experience which changed the course of my life in the right stream. It dates back to my 9th summer holidays. That Sunday morning, waking up with a lot of excitement, plans pre-planned, and everything was set just to wake up to see a text from my school saying my academy would start from Monday, which ruins the whole day. Not only that, the worst part, which is what came next message, which was the first ever class would be social studies. Oh, wait, before I go on, I studied in Achieve School of Education. This is a school where they kept tuitions in summer holidays and giving it a fancy name, saying it academy. Academy. Okay, that is one part. Now, for people to become a better student, what would they do? All that they would do is compete with their equals or one another. But what did I do? Compete with this subject, social, alone. Whoa, these social subject is some social studies is like those jigsaw puzzles, I would say. A jigsaw puzzles filled, scrambled around of his pieces, like those dates, those place, kings' names, even which like everything is same. I mean, all their names are same, but still a lot confusing. But one thing I would tell you, one person changed everything. A change in teacher brought a new overview on the subject to me, and that person, that person became my personal mentor. He crafted my life so beautiful that and amazing, way better than what I ever expected he would do, more better than that. And that is none other than our Balaji sir, Toastmasters Balaji sir. Sir, you're not here. If you're there also, I'm not sure you're there or not, but still, sir, thank you so much for teaching me many things in my life, which I didn't know I could bring up those things in my life too. And I always have been grateful. And you have always been just a phone call away whenever I needed any help. And yeah, you did lift many calls. Thank you so much, sir. There might be one thing I have to confess to. I'm sorry for troubling you, for making those late night calls and disturbing your sleep. For sure, that's not going to stop. But still, I wanted to tell you this. From my bottom of my heart, I'm proud to say that I'm your tutelage. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. It's always been a big, big pleasure being your student and your mentee. Now, coming to the best part of my life. This is like a feather in my hat, but the beautiful flower feather which completes my outfit completely. That was Toastmasters. When the first time I heard about Toastmasters, I thought it is not going to help me anyhow, just like my father thought. But once when I was involved in it, I could picturize myself for being something better in my futures. And when I was enrolled into Toastmasters, I was like that small lost kid in the fair, don't know where to go, how to do, and how to do it also. That time I could see a ray of sunshine leading towards success. And that ray of sunshine, my friends, is my Toastmasters mentor, Toastmaster Sohana. She's a radiant young woman with a sacrosanct soul and always having a bright smile on her face, no matter what. It is said that great mentors help us achieve no matter what makes impossible possible. This very quote suits Sohana very well. Like when I finished my icebreakers, I was known to all these contests coming up, hurdling around my Instagram, I mean our Instagrams and WhatsApps, which was the IAC International Speech Contest, Tall Tales, and all those. And I didn't want to take part because I was very terrified of it. But Sohana insisted me, pushed me, saying that you can do it, motivated me to it. And yes, I won third place in IAC in my first level, club level. And that motivation took me to the next level, actually. A level where I became a charter committee member, and I was a former VPPR of my club. My mom always said that if you want, just always find some time to stop and thank people who have helped you all around in your life. And consider this is my time to give back that thanks. Thank you, Sohana. Thank you, Toastmasters Balaji sir, for making things very beautiful. And a special shout out for the VPE of this club, Toastmaster Ankita. If it is not because of you, I wouldn't be here. Thank you so much, everyone. This is me, Sanket Balaji, signing off. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sanket, for letting us hear this wonderful speech. Firstly, apologies from my side because it is raining too much heavily here. If there are any extra background noise, kindly excuse me. Now, let us go a few minutes before the speech. We heard our president, Toastmaster Sai Snehal, telling us to open another tab on our window. Now, I'll be giving you 30 seconds. I request everybody to go log into your base camp and give your feedback.
Bhavani, I think we can skip it now because the speaker is not from our club and we won't have the access to provide it for the same.
Sorry, Sai, can you repeat again?
I think we can skip this for now because the speaker is not from our club and we can't access his profile to give the feedback.
Thank you for that. Now let me move on to the next speaker. Before calling the speaker, let me now welcome the evaluator. The next evaluator has more than 26 years of work experience in banking and microfinance sector, a Triple Crown and Pathkeepers awardee, who is also the president, associate vice president education of our club. While working for Canada Bank, he could not spend much time with his family due to his work life. Hence, his inner voice influenced him to resign from the job. He realized that family is more important than money. Toastmaster Prakash, I request you to read out the guidelines for our next speaker.
Audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Thank you, Master Ceremonies, Toastmaster Bhavani. Good evening, my dear fellow Toastmasters and guests, especially DTM Udanka in particular. The speaker is attending Level 3 Project 1. The purpose of this project is for the member to understand the types of persuasive speeches and deliver a persuasive speech at a club meeting. All the best to the speaker. Back to you, Toastmaster Bhavani.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Prakash, for reading out the guidelines. Let me now call upon a computer science engineering student who is a passionate photographer. He also dreams to go on a road trip to Leh and Ladakh. He is also a Triple Crown winner, a pathkeeper, and a pathway mentor. Once, the speaker had to withdraw from a photography competition because he had to be part of dramatics too. When he was about to sign the withdrawal form, his inner voice told him not to back out. As he listened to the voice and did not back out, even though he did not win, he received recognition and was appreciated by famous photographers. Let me now welcome the former Area C3 director, the second speaker for the day, distinguished Toastmaster Udanka RNG. Suspense. Suspense, distinguished Toastmaster Udanka RNG.
Thank you. Am I audible and visible? Thank you. Time I can start my timings now. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, and welcome, dear guests. Let me narrate a story to you all. Once, there was a boy who was very active, very energetic, very intelligent, a bright fellow student in academics, sports. No matter what field he goes, he was at the topmost level. At this early schoolings, he started to participate in competitions, different levels, different colleges, inter-college, interstate, everything. He started winning certificates. He started winning medals. He started getting appreciations. He got him recognized. Soon after he gets these recognition, certificates, awards, his parents started publishing it to the outer world, started portraying their son. That's a really good point. I appreciate that. As he grew up, his talent increased day by day, his activeness increased day by day, his sportiveness increased day by day, and the achievements he got is more and more. And it came to a point where he himself started posting his achievements to the outer world. That is really fantastic. And after few months passed, few years passed, it came to a point where he was started posting the appreciations or the things he was about to do prior to the thing what he had to do to the outer world. First, he used to publish what he used to do, then do it, and then again publish what he has achieved. So this on went on really well. A bright student was recognized. He was happy. His family was happy. Everyone was happy around him. Few days later, a slight downfall started. He missed out on few things, few goals he had planned for. After few more days, he missed on majority of the one, and a day came where he had to put a full stop to his achievements, goals, or whatever the good things he had in it. But the thing in it was he never lost his 1% of his talent, 1% of his activeness, 1% of his intelligence. But it all came to a down. Seeing this downfall, that boy cried really hard, just like the weather pouring out the rain. He fell into the depression, just like the blackouts before this meeting. Can someone of you in the audience unmute yourself and tell me the reason why that downfall happened to him? Any one of you, someone of there. No guesses? No worries. Hold on. The reason behind this was when, if you had observed in my story, I started few days later, he started telling it to the public first, then he started doing it, right? So guys, this was one of my biggest life lesson I have learned. Once you start achieving things, there will be people who will stop you. And I am never saying that stopping others from doing the work is wrong, because we are living in a race. We are living in a competitive life. We get up, the time we get up from the bed and till the time we go to the bed, we are on a race. A race with time, a race with money, a race with colleagues, a race with fellow members, a race with students, a race with teachers, a race with whatnot. We are there to race with each and every aspect of our life. We drive, we drive and to achieve things. And there will be people to stop you from reaching your goals. There will be people who want to reach faster than you. There will be people who will stop you for that, so that they reach faster than you, so that you don't reach and steal their goals. So don't you realize that you should not express what you're doing, but you should do it, then give it out the outcome. Just imagine what happens if you tell first and do it. Taking an example, being a member of MECON, says, Sai, I'm in my third path, keeping all the points away. Sai is the VP and he has to approve it. He may take months together from not approving my project completion. I don't know what may be the reason, but he might do that. Please don't think he do that, but he never do that. But it's just an example. This is one tiny example what I'm giving. But the things around you may be huge. That what you want to do is very huge, and people may stop you, right? So think before you do, whatever let it be. Let it be a small, tiny thing, or let it be a huge thing you have to do in your life. Let it be one single speech you're delivering, or let it be a milestone speech you're delivering. Let it be a small thing in your office, or a small beginning in your career, or a big announcement in your career. Do it, achieve it, then publicize to the world, outer world. There will be no person, no power, no individual, nothing to stop you guys. Stop anyone for that matter, right? Always and always do it, then show it. I heard this quote very much and it touched my heart very much. Do your work in silence and let your hard work or achievement roar. What does this mean? Simple meaning, simple code, but having a lot of things, right? So I always tell, keep people in suspense. Keep people in suspense what you're doing and let them know when your achievement grows. Back to the Madam Master of Ceremony. Over to you, Toastmaster Bhavani.
Thank you so much, Mr. Udanka, for taking us through the suspenseful speech of yours. Here we come to the end of the first session. But before I jump to the next session, as I already told, let me reiterate, go to your Basecamp, log in, and give your feedback to our second speaker, distinguished Toastmaster Udank. I'll be giving you all 30 seconds for the same. Thank you, everyone. Your 30 seconds are up. Hope you have given the feedback for our wonderful speaker. Now we come to the end of the first session of today's meeting. The next person who will be taking us through the second session of the meeting is the table topics master. Let me call upon other person who loves sports and pets. He also ensures that he keeps himself updated on a regular basis. Let us now all put together and welcome our table topics master, Toastmaster Kunal Ramabhadra. The virtual stage is all yours.
Thanks for the introduction, Masters of Ceremony. So Spurti had an important call today, so the baton was passed over to me. So I tried my best to pick few topics up for you. So Toastmaster, the table topic master is a session where it improves your impromptu speaking. So let me start the session right away. So the worst nicknames you've been given, a time when you were glad you were. So the first would go to President Sai Sneaker. Can you please take it forward? Take it.
Yes. Mr. Table Topic Master, fellow Toastmasters, and welcome guests. The worst nickname I've ever been given, and I hope nobody ever calls me in future, is called Snake. I was called Snake. This is the worst name one can give, but I was really very proud to have it back then because I was given this name when I used to play football. It meant to say I could easily slither to any point at any part of the field and play with any movement without even imagining that would be possible. So every time I used to do that, I used to be referred to as he's the perfect snake player. I used to really feel very nice on hearing that of one who can, be flexible, bend according to the rules, and also make the team very proud. That's what I was known for. And now every time I walk somewhere on the street and I find someone who knows me, I just hear, "Hey, snake, come here." I always end up wondering if there's a snake around me or not. That's the times. But the term has been so much important for me that I still remember the few goals that I've scored have been started to refer with these names, the snake's goal. It was such a nice, wonderful times during back in the college and school days. And this is the worst nickname that I've ever been given. Thank you, and back to the table talk, Master.
Thank you, Sai Snehal. So the next topic would be things only people that wear glasses can relate to. So MU Butt sir, Toastmaster MU Butt sir, can you please talk about it?
Mr. Table Topic Master, fellow Toastmasters, and welcome guests. You are rightly selected the right person, because I think in this group I'm the only person wearing, if I'm not wrong. That is something good. In fact, I got my first glasses only when I turned 40, what is called Chalisa. You know, where that you get near your short-sightedness you have to wear. But later, some years later, I got this long sight also, very small. But ultimately, I had to go for either what is called as a progressive lens. I don't know whether people are aware of it. Progressive lens is one where both this minus and negative, a gradual your glasses are adjusted from along the width. So you have to adjust so much. You have to be very much, you have to get practice out of it. Many times you look at here, it looks something, dual images and all that. So it's a big practice to be done. So this one problem I faced, that this progressive lenses provide. So, but somehow over a period of years now, I've become very comfortable with the progressive lenses. So I'm very feeling comfortable, because when I drive or when I look out, I have to look up front, and when I have to look down for reading, I read for short-sightedness. So this is the advantage of your progressive lenses. And I think there is one of the best thing that has happened in ophthalmic industry, I feel. Now you've got so many choices of glasses, with the your anti-glare property, and so many things. So it's so nice to have. So you have to only pay for it. So you get as far as the eyes are concerned, I suggest that you buy the best glasses your money can buy, because this is very, very precious. Eyes are very precious. You need to have that. So one thing, there is no compromise as far as the eyesight is concerned. So buy the best thing, go to the best ophthalmologist, select the best glasses and wear it, and you'll be comfortable. And that's what it is. Back to Table Topic Master.
Thank you, sir. So that was a lot of knowledge to consume, to tell the truth, sir. So the next topic, some of the bad decisions are necessary so you can have a great stories to tell. So any guest or someone who can take it? Or Sanket, can you take it?
Yeah. I can take it. Yeah. Wait, let me just go through the topic once.
Yeah, sure.
Sure, done. Thank you. Okay, fine. Then I'll start off with mine. Yeah, it has actually said it right, because some of the great decisions are taken to make a best stories. And one of the stories which is more like attractive to the crowd is when we have a tragedy in the whole story. Until unless as a human brain is considered and constructed in a way that if we are just attracted to things which have a small tragedy or a happy ending, or both together, and happy ending will happen anyhow, no matter what. It's in our hand, but a small tragedy is always in the hands of in which choices we take in the story. I've been taking a lot of bad choices in my life, and trust me, the stories I have to share is a lot. If I start telling, it might go on to the whole librarian section to fill in the storybooks, or it might even take up a whole web series to film it. Still, as it is said that it is not necessary to take good decisions every time, because what is the fun in it? Go for it. Take some bad decisions in your life. Enjoy the whole structure of the life. Take some turns, get attacked, attack back, and enjoy your life. I guess that's my time. Thank you.
Thank you for the speech. That was really, I could relate to that. So the next topic would be, if there is one intriguing factor of the current generation of you, what would it be? Can guest Kirtana Gupta take it up?
Okay, am I audible?
Yeah, you are.
Okay, 1 second. What is that one intruding factor of the current generation for you? Okay. So Okay, good morning, fellow Toastmasters. I am Kirtana Gupta from Transient Toastmasters Club 2. And, oh, sorry, 1 second. Oh, can I go on? I have an important call of today. I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry, guys. This is really important.
Is Toastmaster Prakash available?
Hello. Hello.
Can you hear us, sir?
Hello.
Sir, I think you have to mute one of your devices, sir.
Whether I'm audible now?
Sir, I think you have kept your phone near to the speaker.
Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if there's one intriguing factor of the current generation for you, what would it be?
Yeah. Thank you, Table Topic Master Kunal, for such a wonderful topic. See, the one factor in the present generation which intrigues me a lot is on the terms of competency buildup. See, I'm seeing many of you, the youngsters, like it may be about our Toastmaster Sai Snail or Kunal or Shrikant. I mean, I'm able to see them the speed of learning. Usually in our team members, I appreciate with the youngsters. See, they take up that competency skills very easily. In those days, I mean, in my days during 1970s, 80s, and all, we were not getting much opportunities. If you want to participate in any of the sessions, we used to have very limited opportunities. So now, now if you see the present generation, you are having a lot of learning platforms. It may be like Udemy, LinkedIn, or online sessions where at your own comfort you can sit at home and try to learn as much as possible. So this competency build-up, even if you are able to prepare for the CAT exam, even you have a lot of IIMs or MBA colleges where you can participate and excel in your life. So this one factor which I'm not able to do in my present age. So this one factor always interests me in the current generation. Thank you, and over to you, Table Taping Master.
Thank you, sir. That was likely like it was like a counseling session for the youth, sir. So thank you for that. So while lying can be helpful, can Toastmaster Vaishnavi take it up?
Yeah, am I audible?
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, so good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. So, while lying can be helpful, so all of us during school, for some or the other reason, we have lied to teachers. Like, even me, the same. Like, if I don't do any homework, I mean, the best reason you will get either is you have forgotten, which is genuine, most of the times, but you need to prove that your friends have told the same reasons, so you need to come up with new reasons. So I feel lying is a very skillful talent you should have, which I don't. I am bad at lying, and every time I try to lie, I get caught. And teachers are just like, you don't know how to lie, just don't, because I think the skill is just missing in me. So lying is definitely helpful because I have seen my friends get out of situation and I get stuck. So yeah, that is something I need to learn. So thank you. Back to TDM.
Thank you. That was great. So live should come with the background music. So any guests who's over here? Can Raghunandana take it up? Vinu Satish. Uh,
If no one's doing, can I do it again?
yeah, I don't mind.
Sure. Fine.
Sorry to interrupt. Let's give someone else another chance before we can give him.
Sure.
Yeah. Sai, can I take it up?
Who is that? Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Life should come up with a background music. Yeah, actually, life itself is a music. So there are many things to enjoy in a life. It is like for someone it is like a high beat music, and someone for it is like silent music. So we are all are singing on its music itself. So there should not that is it kind of music. It comes with a background music itself. So there is no option of coming with a life should come with a background music. There is a music in it, and we have to act according to the music, and we have to dance according to the music. For example, if in a Toastmaster, so if you try to script any speeches, then something music will be there in our head, like this should be the pattern, and this is totally different from all of us. So like that, there is something kind creative or something kind of the repeated thing in the work in the daily routine of our life. So there is kind of music in it. So life itself has a background music. It is coming with a background music. So thank you, and back to you, table topic master.
Thank you, sir. So the last topic for the day. So what would my dog would tell me if he could talk? So is Sanjana, Toastmaster Sanjana online? You're on mute, Sanjana.
Once again, good evening to fellow Toastmasters and esteemed guests. And thank you for this topic, which is nothing but what my dog would tell me if he could talk. Unfortunately, I don't have a dog at home, in spite of me constantly insisting my mother to allow me to adopt one. But if I would have a dog at home, he would definitely tell me how great of an owner I am, because I would be very regular in giving him or her dog treats, taking him or her on regular baths. I mean regular walks, and also and also like how Toastmaster Sanket talked about his great mentors. I'm sure my dog would be very grateful because my dog would be in the company of great company of me, my friends, and also my family. And I'd also encourage my dog to have friends. So I would like him or her to be expressive on him meeting his friends and just having a banter in the dog park on Sundays at Cubbon. And that's how I would like to sum up how my if my dog had the ability to talk. Yeah, back to you.
Okay, that was the last topic for today. So back to the MC, Bhavani.
Thank you so much, Table Topic Master, Toastmaster Kunal, for stepping up in the last moment, replacing the other Table Topic Master, and for creating such a wonderful stage for these speakers to showcase their impromptu skills. Now, reminding you again, in case if you haven't given the feedback to our second speaker, distinguished Toastmaster Udang, please go to the base camp And we all will be back with a 5 minutes break.
Sai,
Yes, Sudha.
message me when my evaluator calls up.
Okay.
I have another meeting to join at 7:30.
Okay.
I'll be there here also, there also. I'll be both the sides, bro. Here and there, both.
Multi-talented.
It's just a briefing. So just
What is it about?
Viral Fusion, my internship.
Where is Rishabh? He hasn't been attending since a long time.
No clue.
Is there too much of noise or is it okay?
No noise at all.
Not audible. And rain is anyway just a pleasant noise.
Then it works.
I think MC and me are living in a same area. Here also, when she said, here also it starts raining.
No, so more or less
Huh?
like more or less it started same time. For me, it started at the same time.
Raining here as well.
Yeah.
So we are all living in the same area, Bangalore.
Yeah.
Hello everyone, welcome back. Let us now continue with the meeting. Whoever have turned off their cameras, let me see your wonderful faces. Please do turn on your camera. And now here we are at the final session of today's meeting. The part of the session where everybody are waiting eagerly to know the results of their speeches and their roles. To take this forward, let me call upon a BCom student whose interest lies in chess, cricket, badminton, and dance. A passionate dancer who has cleared 5 levels in Western dance. Toastmaster Ujjwal, please take us through your general evaluation. All yours.
Am I audible? All right. Thank you for that wonderful introduction, Toastmaster Bhavani. A very happy evening to all the fellow Toastmasters and my esteemed guests. It's my pleasure to be the general evaluator for today. The meeting was very well structured and I can say nothing went out of the place. The meeting started at 6:19 p.m., almost 4 minutes late, but it is almost negligible. The business session was very crisp into the point, and the meeting started with a very positive note and made all the members happy to meet everyone after a so long time next week.
Hello.
I would like to appreciate Toastmaster Sandeep for his efforts in making all of us to meet. Let us give him a special round of applause.
Audible, Vihan?
Sorry?
Continue, Ujjwal, continue.
Yeah. So let us give him a special round of applause. Coming on to the surgeon atoms, Toastmaster Sanjana, I really enjoy your addresses and the way you kickstart the meeting. And the best thing about you is you are extremely well prepared and you're confident enough and comfortable behind the screen. And today you went one step ahead and introduced the president so creatively. So I really like to appreciate you for that great effort. You did a fantastic job, Toastmaster Sanjana. Looking forward to have more amazing speeches from you. Let us give her a huge round of applause. Coming to the presidential address, I think our President Toastmaster Sai Snail, you have done a wonderful job. I really like the way you spoke about the theme and introduced Master of Ceremonies for the day. You are well prepared and extremely confident. The enthusiasm at which you start the meeting will absolutely give us all the energy to be active and comfortable throughout the speech. Really a great job done. Let us give him a thunderous round of applause. Moving on to our table topic master for the day, Toastmaster Kunal. I really appreciate for that courageous effort and helping us at the last moment. You really had an interesting topics. The topics which you have chosen were great and everyone were comfortable while speaking. So magnificently done, Toastmaster Kunal. And also your PPT was very much interesting. Really a great job done. And one small suggestion is, yes, I know we had less members in the meeting today and you had to call the roll takers. But for the first topic itself, you called the president. So I feel you could have called him later, maybe during at the last, and giving the prominence for other roll takers. But that doesn't take away from your amazing job done. So let us give him a special round of applause. I'll get back to the Master of Ceremonies at the last. Now let us quickly dive into the individual evaluations. Each speech evaluator will speak for about 2 to 3 minutes. We had 2 speakers giving their speech today. Our first guest speaker was Toastmaster Sanket with the speech title, What Makes Better Every Time, evaluated by Toastmaster Sanjana. So Toastmaster Sanjana, can I have your evaluation, please?
Once again, good evening to fellow Toastmasters and my target speaker, Toastmaster Sanket. And kudos to you on attempting and completing level 2 and project 3. So, firstly, I would like to congratulate you because you engaged the audience with a question which was attention grabbing. So, that was a game changer. And you wonderfully connected with the theme of today's meeting, that is invisible hand. Hand gestures and eye contact were on point, and most of us can resonate with your idea that one good teacher would make you fall in love with the subject which you despised the most. And um, uh, and also you talked about how you got into Toastmasters and wonderfully introduced your mentor, Toastmaster Suhana. And also, congratulations on you being the charter committee member. Um, and there was comfort level in the topic because you were at ease while you were speaking, and with this we can make out easily that you are a seasoned speaker, as most of the people were glued when you spoke. And I would also like to point out the areas you could work on. To begin with, you could have elaborated more and been more descriptive about your experience as a protege, and you could have been more crisp and shorter with your thank you message, be it to Toastmaster Balaji or your mentor Toastmaster Suhana, because at the end of the day it was about your experience. And maybe you could have prepared and rehearsed more. And also you did a very small mistake where you greeted everyone with good afternoon instead of good evening. But this can be exempted because this happens to most number of us. But all in all, your speech was very structured and very well constructed. The audience could connect with your topic, as you had a range of vocal variety which kept the audience glued to their screens. I wish you all the best for your future endeavors, and back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sanjana. It was a detailed evaluation and you had great observations. Firstly, did you receive the PDF of the tutorial on this particular project? Toastmaster Sanjana?
Yes, I did.
All right, thank you once again. I would say you did a tremendous job, Toastmaster Sanjana. Your evaluation showed that you went on through the tutorial PDF. I have nothing to add upon your evaluation. And coming to the guest speaker, Toastmaster Sanket, firstly, thank you very much for taking your time and giving the speech in our club. It was an excellent speech and a humble one as well. So let us give the speaker and the evaluator a huge round of applause. Moving on, our second speaker was DTM Udanka with his speech title Suspense, evaluated by Toastmaster Prakash. So Toastmaster Prakash, can I have your evaluation, please?
Hello, I'm audible?
Yes, you are.
Thank you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Ujjwal. I don't want to create any suspense. Let me present my evaluation on DTM Udanka's speech titled Suspense. I would like to provide my feedback on the three aspects on what the speaker excelled, what he should work on, and challenge himself. When I heard the speech title, I was wondering how come DTM Udanka can create a suspense in the speech.
Ujjwal, can you just check?
Yeah, sure. Just a second.
Hello, I'm audible?
Yes, you
Sorry,
are.
I think there is.
Sir, I think there's a bit of a lag from your end, sir.
Let us wait for a minute. If not, let us move forward.
We'll wait for 10 seconds. If not, we shall move forward. And when he comes back, we can just continue the evaluation.
Sure, yeah.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Oh, sorry, I think. Okay. When I heard the speech title, I was wondering how come DTM Mudanka can create a suspense in that speech. Because usually I associate the word suspense only in the movies. Congratulations, DTM Mudam. Personally, I enjoyed and appreciate your style of delivering the inspiring speech. Really, it motivated me for a moment. As part of a persuasive speech objectives, you capture the audience attention by narrating a story about a bright boy, how we grew up and attracted continuous success. But after the few days, how his downfall started. Later, you called upon the audience to know the reason. This created the curiosity or suspense among the audience and preview of your persuasive speech. Later, you explained the problem, how we all live by the race, why people after rising to a certain extent, they fall, because there are people who stops us to reach our destiny. And you define solution to solve the problem, like we should do the activities first, keep it suspense, and then publish outside the world once everything is completed. This is called, you call the audience for the action. First of all, there is no doubt that you are an exemplary public speaker who always understood and have excellent clarity on your spoken language. Even the tools you used to deliver the speech, that is the tone, speed, and volume, were completely perfect. All were in sync. By effective use of physical gestures as a tool, you enhanced your speech effectively and engaged your audience completely. I felt you seemed to be completely self-assured with the audience. You were successfully by fully engaging the audience with exemplary, well-constructed content. The only one aspect where you should work on and challenge yourself is, as part of the project, you should note it off any objections and extend how the problems could have been solved. But overall, Ditya Mudanka, your speech was fantabulous. You were able to complete your level 3 project one successfully, and wish you all the best for your next project. Thank you, and over to you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Rutwell.
Thank you, Toastmaster Prakash. It was a brief evaluation. Firstly, did you receive the PDF of the tutorial on this particular project?
Of course, General Evaluator Toastmaster Rutwell, I have received. Thank you.
All right, thank you. You are able to evaluate all the relevant points as the project calls for, and also suggested a way forward where the speaker can improve. I would say it was positive, upbeat, and your suggestions were very helpful. Really wonderful evaluation. Now coming to the speaker, D.T. Mudanka, it was a remarkable speech, I would say. I appreciate you for keeping the title of the speech so catchy. It really made the audience curious. So kudos to you on that effort. Now let us give the speaker as well as the evaluator a thunderous round of applause. One homework for both the evaluators. I observed that both the evaluators missed out reading the evaluation criteria when they read out the purpose of the speech. So I need both the evaluators next time to read even the evaluation criteria so that it helps even the audience understand better. So other than that, both the evaluators did a great job. Now it is a time to call my team to give their reports. I request as and when I call upon the role takers, they need to give their evaluations. Firstly, let us call the R counter for today, Toastmaster Ashika.
Good evening once again, and the R counter report for the today is from the starting till the speaker, the first session, there were no R's and Ums, not noted down. All are amazing speakers. And coming to the table topic, so we had two R's from DTM MU Bhatt, and your word was repeated for 3 times, and Sanjana has used 3 R's. And coming to the evaluation session, individual evaluation session, Sanjana has used R for 2 times, and that's it from my end. And back to you, general evaluator. Sure.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shashikant, for the detailed report. Let us give him a huge round of applause. Next up, let me call the grammarian for today, Toastmaster Vaishnavi.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests once again. So my evaluation had started from speaker 1, Toastmaster Sanket. So the good usage, so there was a bad usage. You stated one to on other, which could have been one on one. And you precisely failed a nice sentence, I would like to say. I felt small. It could have been, I felt tiny, has a tiny lost kid in the fair, and I could see a rays of sunshine. So it could be in that format. And during the table topic session, you stated a really beautiful sentence again. It may go on to be a library section, or a whole Netflix could be filled. A whole Netflix could be filled. So that was a really nice frame of the sentence. Coming back to speaker Udanka, you stated he himself started portraying. It could have been he started portraying to the outer world. You stated twice, don't you realize? Don't you realize could have been do you realize, because you are stating a cautionary. So it should have been do you realize? And Toastmaster Shashi, you used many things quite continuous. I think it was in your table topic session. You could have used there are so many things. So the good sentence which you used was we have to act according to the music. I felt it was a good frame of the sentence. And Toastmaster Sanjana, there was a comparison you did with Toastmaster Sanket. So the speech which he gave. My dog would say I am a great mentor. I really loved the comparison which you did. So that's it. Thank you. Back to general evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vaishnavi, for that brief report. One small suggestion. I feel let's prefer not to point out the speakers individually. for both the good usages and the bad usages. I think the moment you tell out the good usages and the bad usages, I think they will get to know since they have used. So I prefer you should not say. So, and can I know who are the speakers use the word of the day?
I apologize, but I think no one as far as I observed.
Right.
In case I've missed out anything.
All right, no issues. Once again, give her a huge round of applause. You did a great job. Now, can I have the timer for today, Toastmaster Shashikant, once again for his evaluation, please?
Good evening once again. Meeting started at 6:20 p.m. and timer 1, Toastmaster Sanket, has took 7 minutes 22 seconds to complete his speech, and the speaker to DTM Udanka took 6 minutes 54 seconds. And coming to the table topic session, so Toastmaster Sai Nehal took 1 minute to 25 seconds, DTM Yamu Bhatt 2 minutes, Toastmaster Sanket took 1 minute 17 seconds, Toastmaster Prakash took 1 minute 29 seconds, Toastmaster Vaishnavi 59 seconds, and Toastmaster Shashi, it's me. I took 1 minute, and Toastmaster Sanjana 1 minute 34 seconds. And coming to the general evaluation session started at 7:30 p.m. And the first evaluator, Toastmaster Sanjana, took 2 minutes 57 seconds, and Toastmaster Prakash took 2 minutes 13 seconds. And that's all. Back to you, General Evaluator Ujjwal.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shashikant, once again for that neatly crafted report. I appreciate you for taking up the dual role. Let us give him a special round of applause. Now moving on for the Parliamentary Procedure Evaluator, DTM Evaluator. Can I have your report?
Mr. General Evaluator, fellow Toastmasters and welcome guests. I observed that we did quite well as far as the parliamentary procedures go. There was nobody talked about sex, politics or religion. Mobiles were largely kept on silent mode. There are only 2 interruptions. One by speaker herself when was there. She got an urgent call, it looks like, and she had to in fact leave the meeting. There were 14, 15 we started with. She left in between. Probably there was some urgent problem. It's all right. And during general evaluation, there was one small interruption in a crosstalk by one of the speakers. Apart from that, we did quite well as far as the parliamentary procedures go. So congratulate everyone for that. And back to general evaluation.
Thank you, DTM Evaluator, for that great observations and crisp report. Let us give him a special round of applause. Now I request all the members to vote. I'll give 30 seconds. Please vote for the best performer of the day. It has been put out on the chat window. After that, let's move on with the next set of evaluations. I hope you all have voted. So let's move on. Now coming to my general observations, actually when I used to attend other club meetings, in their ballots, they used to have the ballots even for the best role taker, for Master of Ceremonies, General Evaluator and Table Topic Master, as well as the best role taker for Timer, Accounter, Parliamentary Procedure Evaluator and Grammarian. This used to encourage the role takers to take up more roles and giving out their best rather than being left out. And I had thought of bringing it to the notice in my general evaluation, but even before I got the opportunity to be the general evaluator, It has been successfully included in our club almost 1 month before itself. So I really want to appreciate Toastmasters Aisnehal and his team for their efforts in bringing this culture in our club. So let us give his team a thunderous round of applause. Lastly, coming to the queen of today's meeting, that is the master of ceremonies for the day, Toastmaster Bhavani. You did a sensational job. I can't believe it was your debutant master of ceremonies. You did your job flawlessly. Every time you speak, we feel enriched by your participation, and for that consistency that she holds up in the club, let us give her a thunderous round of applause. So I hope I haven't left anyone. So that's it from my end. And I hope you all had a great time and happy learning in the meeting today. Over to the Master of Ceremonies for the day, Toastmaster Bhavani.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator, Toastmaster Vijay, for the wonderful evaluation. Now let us all give a huge round of applause to the General Evaluators, the top G role takers, and the speech evaluators. We are all aware that for every action, there is a reaction. For every small act of ours, we will have fruitful results or repercussions. Just like that, let me give you a new information here. We have so many vaccination drives happening. The result of that is citizens are being vaccinated, but at the same time, we can see the increase in the medical waste. Let me state another instance. Due to the pandemic, we have been doing majority of our regular course in the virtual mode or online. Yes, we are safe at our homes, yet earning and getting things done. But at the same time, we are generating enormous amount of e-waste. These are called the unintended consequences. Let us keep in mind that every step we take, every decision we make, there is a direct impact which we can see or get immediately. At the same time, there are chances of it bringing out unintended consequences. By stating that, listen to your invisible voice carefully. I will be signing off for the day. Thank you for being a wonderful audience for today's meet. I'll be handing it over to one of the invisible hands of Mekong Communications Club, our president, Toastmaster Aisnehal.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bhavani. That was a fine touch to your finishing. Well, what a wonderful, fantastic meeting it was today. Although we had less number of audience, we somehow pulled it off today to a wholesome meeting. Let me quickly get on to today's winners of meeting. Today's winners. Starting off, let me announce the winners of the best role takers. That is for the TAPG team. It appears that we have a tie between Grammarian and the R counter, Vaishnavi and Toastmaster Shashikant. Next, we have, I'm not sure if it is his first time taking up the General Evaluator role or not, but he did a fantastic job. Congratulations, Toastmaster Ujjwal. Is this your first time taking up the General Evaluation role?
No, this is the second time.
But amazing job. Next, the best table topic speech. She spoke about what is the nicest things about our generation and the opportunities we have. Toastmaster Prakash. Next, coming to the best prepared speech, I think this one was in a suspense. Distinguished Toastmaster Udanka. And the best evaluator is our Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Sanjana. Congratulations to all the winners. As mentioned earlier, I request everyone to take few minutes of your time, go to base camp, fill in the proper feedback they deserve as speakers, evaluators, and role takers, which will help them take it to the next level in the future meetings. And Sanket, you did a fantastic speech here today. Thank you for coming here today. And also, I mentioned about we returning to Mekong Communication Club next week onwards. It will be a hybrid meeting for the members who cannot attend in person. The option of attending online as well as offline will be open, and the choice is yours. Although we would like you to be present there and cherish that wonderful good old times. With that being said, you can also watch the recordings, which will be available later on and sometimes on our YouTube channel. It has been of quite a huge improvement to a lot of the members I've personally heard from. I think that's all for today's meeting, and I close meeting number 1131. I request everyone to kindly stay back for a photo. Sanket, Bhavani, Binu, can you please turn on your videos? Thank you, everyone. See you all next week.